Okay, welcome back. This is Paint from the Gut. We're going to be doing some little bit of trial and error with speed paints. This is Chris, your host here. Also, if you like, please follow and subscribe. Just click the button in the far right corner there and make sure you activate the announcement there to let you guys know that a new video has dropped. But as I begin, I have some old zombies that have not seen the light of day for about a year or so. Primed them, correction, a necrotic flesh color. So I think they might need to be a little bit painted out here. Also, I have one Hell Knight that has been spray painted with some black and white over it, and we're gonna see what happens when it's set here for a year or so. So my fault, but things start happening. You get giant, a little bit more bigger models, and these little fellers got kind of pushed to the side. So I think it's time to see what some quick paint, little quick speed paint will do to them. So I'll start off with our necrotic friend here. Move them to the side so I don't screw nothing up here. So, okay, so I'm going to use some Brownish Decay from Speed Paint. And just give you a minute, put some in the tray, see what happens. Not try to go too crazy because you easily can waste speed paint very quickly. So, let's see. Start with this hood here, his body. See what I can do. And see what happens when I use necrotic flesh on this, because with white, it does do a little different coloring here. So necrotic flesh gives it a different tone here, which I'm not too mad about. It looks pretty good. Just make sure don't swamp it. Just move it around to fill in the little spots where you need it to be. And I know this might not be the final product of it, but I will go over this with more acrylic paint, non-speed paint, to give it some more details. It's going to push us around. Just like that. Get some of the little pieces to pop here. And I can see his flesh is a little bit, this is a little bit gnarly looking, so I'm going to go over that with pink here in a moment when this dries, so I don't get too crazy with this. So yeah, just let it sit here. Its guts is open a little bit, so don't have to worry about too much. So I'll let the pieces show, and I'll go over it with different paints here to make the flesh pop here. So I want at least get its clothing here. I want a little bit dark, grungy. All my paint that painting and things I've done for the last 10 years, it's never too bright. It's always been the grim dark. I don't know why, but it's just how I feel. And at the time, it looks great. And, it just doesn't feel right if it's bright. I don't like too much of my bright colors in there, but when I do bright stuff, I will definitely like to show people. But love the mass zombies from this set. They work really good. I know I did about 15 of them last year, so they do come in handy if you want to have a group go against a village of zombies. So these are good. Necrotic flesh makes it really dirty. I like it. It makes it seem like it just came out of the ground. It got in a fight here. It's beautiful looking. So I'm gonna let this get in here. Let's move it around. I'll come back around to fix the skin here. Always make sure you have different brushes, because speed paint, you mix those together, they can start making some funky colors. So make sure you always have your pot ready with water. So next one will be this little feller. So I'm going to get him with some different coloring here. So let's see. I'm going to use some Horde Bronze on his clothes. Well, momentary situation. The lid was a little stuck, but it's all good. Happens. So always with quick paints, make sure before you squeeze them, if they feel like they're real tight, I would suggest you take them out, take the top off, let the air out of them. Make sure you unplug them because they will explode. I teach at an advisor for college here, and the first day we got these, one of my students literally exploded a whole bottle of this on the floor. So yeah, on the table too, but it happens. When you're using new paint, it will happen if you don't know what is going on with it. So it's all good. Teachable moment. So let this pull around. You can see the different aspects of those clothes. He's got some tattered parts here. So let me get underneath here. Make sure you get all the pieces in there. So if his legs here, doesn't look like his legs have been gnawed on too much, so it's just straight up. If not, I can always go back and put some coloring in there and to make sure that it denotes that these are bite marks. This poor feller might have just been chewed on. That's fine. His ribs are not exposed, so that's cool. He is literally a very, very tricky little zombie. Can't tell until you get close to him that he is undead. So I like this. There's a little get up and everything. So I will go back over some necrotic flesh in there, so to make it a little bit done. Speed paints are godsend. They're really awesome. Saw the new ones that came out with pen. Army Painter. I do like those. One day I'll see if I get a chance to use those. But till then, it's using the old-fashioned brush method, which I have no problem with. And I love just mixing the ground here. Just make it look like he's walking in dirt. I know it's usually the last part, but kind of at least gives me an idea when I come back to what color I want to use it on. So now, since that's done, we're going to move over to one of our skeleton friends. Fun thing about these guys are, I believe I sprayed paint just trying the different methods of priming. I used one with metal. Let's see what happens when we do this. Let's see. We'll take the one with a little necrotic and metals mixed to it. I don't know what will happen, but hopefully it turns out good. I mean, I have no problem with that. Let's see. We're going to use for his color of the bone. Let's give it a desolate brown. Desolate brown, my apologies. Give his skeleton a little bit more coloring to it. Like I say, don't need too much. Just go around our little friend's face here. Just move it around. His bones. Might have used a wee bit too big a brush, but it's fine. I could flick that off here in a minute. I got something smaller I could use. Just switch brushes real quick. That's good. Sometimes it happens. You misjudge what you want to use. Sometimes you got to eyeball it and use a different brush. Happy accidents happen, and you just go over it with different colors later on when it dries, or you can mix them to see what happens. I mean, not too much of a big deal. I do definitely want to make this axe a special type, so I'll go back in that dries. Make sure I get his little fist here, his little skeleton hands. Yeah. so far, that's what I have. Not too crazy, but we will go from there. This is probably won't be finished tonight, but I want to go over there and go over with it and make sure I got all of its abilities to be able to show and pop here. So wipe off any excess. So far you can see his face, which is not too bad. Mr. Grimm here is doing good. Yeah, so I put some around his little bit of his elbows in there. So yeah, not bad. So far we have three almost, a little bit of ink on there. So let them dry just a wee bit. So let's have some fun with the Hell Knight. So this one's a little weird because he spray painted and he's set for a while. So let's give his cloak a blood red color by some speed paint here. Take my friend here. Add it right around here. Not bad. I like how it comes out like that. Dingy. Not too bright. I like it. Like he's been through wars, which would be great when I start coming up with next sessions for D&D with my students here. Definitely gives me ideas when I paint. If I'm just one night just start painting, this would be a great idea to do. Trying to get those pieces. Okay, let that sit for a wee bit. Then I'll get that done. I might just use some of that red speed paint on some of the skeleton sashes. This one right here, I might just add that red to it. Give it a little more life here. There we go. Not too bad. The sash there, not bad. So that's not bad at all. Make sure you wash out your brush so none of that stuff gets stuck into your brush. Should be a pain in the butt what happens. Might ruin a good brush, but you know, make sure you just pay attention, clean it. Next, let's see. Oh, take my small brush again. Okay, let's give some more stuff help for the Hell Knight here. Use Gravelord's Gray for his armor. Give it a darker look. Drag it down through the rest of his armor. Gives it that dirty, undead kind of look to it. Now you can start seeing some of the different pieces of his armor start showing up, which is nice. And be careful, because it will reactivate the red if it gets close to each other. So be careful, like I just did. Happens. Get inside there. I'll have to go back in there and put the red inside his cape right there. So it happens. Not bad, just for some speed paint here. Make sure if you want to move any of the stuff that was on there, make sure you use another brush to move it around. Just in case any of that got too far in the deep recesses, you can just poke it around here. Happens. If any of your brushes are still dry, too dry, make sure you give it a little water. Help you move some of this stuff around. Mix the excess onto your little friend here. Make sure his ground looks a little bit painted. Just give it a little bit of love here. And we will come back with some more paint to go over it. So right now it looks dingy, but I have an idea what I want to do with this. Not too bad. I have painted about 3 of these ones. Bright silvers, dark silvers. But anyway, anywho, that's a little bit of some love for that model because it's been sitting there on my desk, more like my box for a wee bit. Okay, let's see what we got with our friend. Some of these hunter ones, the bows, I have tons of them. I just never got to a chance to finish all of them. So tonight looks like I get to do some of that right now. So let's see, what would be a great color? Yep, I'm gonna use a Colt's Cloak on this bow, arrow friend here. A couple squirts in because I have a feeling I'll be using it on another knight, one of these skeleton knights. So I use necrotic for the spray, which, you know, it seems like an idea to do, you know. Want this friend to be dark. One of those skeletons that you won't see coming. Hidden in a tomb, or maybe just arisen. And his bone fell off. That happens. I'll have to I'll have to re-glue that. So I'll paint it and put some glue in it. So that's another step that I'll have to go with my little friend here. It's all right. I want his appearance to be nice, dark, scary. You know, at least get his bones put back and together. I'll give his bow and arrow set a little more love than just basic necromancer cloak, you know. Wipe off some excess. Sure it's not caking on there, you know. Oh, make sure you get, yeah, that might just help me a little bit. So when this is probably said and done, after we get all this done, I will definitely glue this, because his arm is almost completely off, which, you know, happens when, unfortunately, you're not paying attention to certain models for certain years, and not unfortunately, he might have got hooked on one of the other models in the set, so my bad. So I'm going to give him some tender love and care and get his little self back in order so he can be part of an army to terrorize or to help the heroes. We don't know yet. Sky's the limit. Especially when this dries, and I'll definitely have another video soon where I'll finish these up, give these as much tender love and care I can, and I'll let this dry for now. I want him to be a little more special. I'll finish up his bow here soon. So, we have a Hell Knight. He needs to get a special axe, so why not? We'll use some polished silver. Make sure you shake it up, so just in case you haven't used it in a wee bit. Polished silver always giving me a good look when I put stuff on this like this when I speed paint. Let's see. Okay. So I hit the camera. Clumsy me. It's all good. Let's see. I want to give it this much and give that axe, some of those axe teeth, a little bit more speciality. That mix some of that metal with that metal piece right there. This Hell Knight has been seeing some stuff, man. Just give him some more metal pieces, some love. He'll be a nice part of the army. Okay, let's finish the other side. My theory is this: when we paint, we put ourselves a little bit in each of us inside this. Everything seems to go away, get for a moment, makes you relax, makes you feel at ease when you paint these miniatures. You give a little piece of yourself into it, especially if you had a hard day, and this is exactly what you need to relax. And sometimes, yes, you might glue your fingers to the miniature. It happens. But, you know, you're not mad. It's just laugh it off. It's a lot better. One of those best things in life. It's just small things that make you feel better in life, you know? And if you don't know what colors to use on these, just mix and match. There's never a true blueprint on majority of these things. It's what you want. If you wrote a session for a D&D game and you said this creature is, or this knight is dark and gnarly, here you go. Dark and gnarly. So many colors, so many ways to do it. I mean, that's the fun thing about this. It's not a wrong way. There's a wrong way or right way, but eventually you can get it fixed. Now, our friend over here who has been sitting here, I'm going to use a poppy red and use that for his open sores. Those open wounds. Get in there. Skin's red now. Give him a reddish skin tone. Infection or whatever he got is now kicking in, causing his skin to look the way it does. It's not bad. Give a little highlights here and there. A little dab will do you. So set it up for the next part happens. Use a little bit of purple alchemy for those really nasty looking sores on these zombies' body. So I would suggest, if you have a really sharp brush, I would use it right about now. I mix the alchemy color with the red you just used. Let's make it look like he has the worst case of some kind of zombie rot mixed with some other nasty things. Because he's going to be a very beautiful looker when he goes out there on the field. He'll make your party members, all those that you're running your games with, make them think twice about just running, try to attack our little friend. You might even be hiding. You wouldn't even know it. So yes, this is the fun part. Make him look like he just came out of a zombie movie and he's ready to rock and roll. He's ready and hungry. So if it's a magical situation, then he might be magically inclined to start looking purples and greens and really nasty colors. So you just mix it together. Make that alchemist purple work for you. The sore is one of the biggest part on his body. So yeah, let's keep it that way. Now for our other little friend who's been hiding in his robes pretty well. I think we might make him a little bit more, I don't know, malignant green. Should work. Let's see what happens. Our little friend looks like he is a walking noxious mess. Not bad. Mix that in there. Give it some new greenish taupe green to it. Brown, mix of green. Nice. He looks friendly. What note? Do you walk right up on him and it's over? Well, he's good. Mix that in together. He just woke up from a long sleep. Necrotic flesh and all. I like that. Let's drop him. It's fine. Now, let's start working on this one here. This one little knight here, our skeleton buddy here. Let's make him something special. Let's make his bones look a little bit different. Might have put a little too much on there. That's fine. make him something special. Bones are bright red, so whatever this little fella was in the previous life, he is not happy being woken up. That's cool. I have an idea what I want to do with him. Got a little bit of idea. So, let's see. Well, for that, our bowman here, let's make his weapon a little bit more special. We're going to use some dark wood from Speed Paint. Give him something special so our adventurers, if they ever find him or stumble upon our little friend, he might just have something special equipment that they may or may not need. But still. Dark wood bow, which could potentially be something strong, or, first person in your party that shoots arrows or something on that line might need something like this to help them. Never know. So, his bow's been set, which is not bad. Now, let's help him out with some more fun things here. Let's try it out. Let's make some something dark with his color. Not every time you can be perfect, but you try to do your best. That's the fun thing about paint. You can always go back and fix it. Because next time, it might be just enough what you need to make it exactly what you thought you were going to do. Give it a little more darkness to this filler. I believe this little skeleton would be something you wouldn't walk up in the daylight, but unfortunately, if you're hunting in a scenario where everyone's trying to hide and this little fella takes a shot at you, it'd be one situation that you're trying to figure out where he's located at and how strong is he. Because if he's popping an arrow off at half your teammates and they're losing a good chunk of life, I would be trying to find him quickly. But that's just me. Every time I paint, I have an idea for a new character or NPC for a game, so this little fella might just help me with something. I definitely want to fix this guy. Yeah. Right now, make sure that looks good, and the little bits of green need to be fixed. Don't want none of that showing through. Just let it pull it down here. There we go. Well, now let's give those arrow feathers there something special. Cautionary red, that's cool. That'll do. His arrow needs to be something special. Because if I'm thinking this guy's going to be sticking around a campaign, I think he needs to have some fun equipment. Make him stand out. You know? Use a new brush. Give him an arrowhead. Something fun. Now. He fell over. Careful. In that same situation, our little friend here could be a nightmare if you do it correctly. Let's use some of this. Let's give him something special. Something tattered. Careful, don't go too crazy like I just did. Didn't have the effect that I thought it would. That's fine. But it is what it is. Now, I have a feeling that I should be making this a different color. But let's see what happens. Yeah, I gotta be very careful about that. Let's mix that a little bit, give it some weirder colors. My little friend's gonna be different. It figures. Not all things can turn out the way you want it, but doing this gives it a little different color to it, which is nice. No problem with that. Mix colors, see what happens. Sometimes a hit, sometimes a big miss, but you know. My little friend darken. This one, my little mud friend, has literally came out of the tar pits to get ready to chase somebody. When he dries, I am definitely going to use white, go over him, make his body stand out a lot more. I think I want to know what to do with him. That turquoise color kind of made it a little weirder, but it's fine. Polished steel for his sword. No, it's not too polished silver. That should be a bronze copper. It looks like it should have been broken. Again, make sure you check your paints. May or may not get stuck. Happens. So when that happens, it's fine. That's fine. Just put it right there and we'll fix the lid later. But back to our friend here. Momentary pause. And I'll clean all that up in a minute. Yep, pulling it out of the pot like that might have been a downside. Gotta be careful. Too much on there, you're gonna have it caked on there for life. But make sure you have a secondary brush for stuff like this, so you can move over, give your little other friends some help. Don't make a mess. Bronze the equipment. Make him look like he's been a wee bit alive longer. Just to be, yeah, you can always take some off the other one. Happens, wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. Go over his armor, the bronze. And get some more bronze, because sometimes that does fall out. Not enough. And happens. Yuck. Yeah, that happened. Bronze almost became a dry brush, which is hilarious. Don't know how that happened, but it did. Again, happy accidents. I'm okay with that. All fails. Pour some in your container and hope for the best. If you're going to bronze something, might as well go for the bronze. Our skeletal boy is now bronze. Skeleton statue. Don't know how that will work, but we'll figure it in. We will figure it out when we use him. It's all good. Nothing goes to waste. Now he's bronze skeletal. That's cool. That's a nightmare for a D&D group, or any kind of group. Think you're fighting a regular skeleton? No, it's bronze. Someone's mad craziness has created a bronze skeleton statue. Cool. I like him. Will I go over him with some highlights? Heck yeah, but that'll be another time. So, well, you know, I'm trying to make a mess over here. Let's see. Last thing I believe for this end of this video. Let's make this Hell Knight's weapon extremely fun looking. I think we'll go with the prismatic bolt. Now, let a would-be adventurer go up against this little friend. It may not end well. A little bit of blue to make this weapon look like it was forged for some gnarliness. Give it look like something glowed there. Now, let's finish up our friend, because he needs to be finished. Let's see. Let's do let's see. Ready fur for his back part might work just fine. Give it a dirty look. Looks good to me. This feller has been fighting out in the field for way too long. Armor looks like it's been made of plague and whatnot, which is good. Meant for that to happen. Let's see, any fun stuff should I figure out with this friend? Add some more brown to him. Never know. You know, he's not supposed to look clean at all, just like he just came out of a swamp-infested, plague-carrying area. He just wants a hug in the worst way. So, add some more red to him. Give it more. Okay. Let's give it a little more time to dry, and I'm gonna mix some noxious looking stuff in there. Let's see. Let's put some pink inside some of this zombie skin, make it look a little bit more grosser than it should be, which is great. I have no problem with that. Our friend looks good. Bronze. Give it some color other than bronze. Pink. Just to give him some fun little things. Give it some red in there. Make sure it looks like it has been some uses. He's walked through some red crested stuff, so our little friend is at least has some other colors mixed in there, just to fill in anything you might have forgotten or missed as you pull things over, which happens. You can mix colors to add some more shade or shadow to it. I mean, it happens. This little buddy looks like he's ready to go. I'll leave him be. Add some red to there. Give him some different colors in there. Mix it in. He's been in battle. What do you expect? Yeah. Good for an army. My noxious friend needs... I don't know. What does he need? I almost want to say... add some moldy wash to him. Maybe. This may or may not work, but you know, hey. That's the fun thing about this. You never know what's going to happen. Add some moldy wash to it, and bam. Ooh, he looks fun. Now for the other friend. I think I have enough for him to be used as I reach over. Use some D&D moldy wash It looks and feels exactly like it should. Molds that gives it a moldy dead look, which is great. Didn't know I needed it, but that works. Fred is done. Fred's ready for his close up. Man, now my Hell Knight. Well, feels like his undead armor is just molded to death. So let's see what I can do. I'm gonna put some flesh wash in there. See what it does to this grain look to it. I put my finger on it. Careful when you do stuff like that, you may mess up what you just did. So don't do like I did. I accidentally did that. My bad. Yep, he looks like a moldy knight. This is Warhammer. I'd say he belongs to a Nurgle faction, but he does not. But he could. Really could. I like it. His character. Does good. Now, make sure I finish the bottom, that middle piece in there, so he has all the red pieces done, because, you know, kind of looks weird with the uncompleted red cloak, you know? Looks like he went to battle and has just red mass. Yeah, he went to town. That's exactly what happened. Now to fix that piece on the side, so happens. It happens. Fix it easily. Fix. Armor stained with red, which is not bad. So friend is going to be nightmarish. However you put it. But also, it's always good to keep your glue on hand. Anything like an arm pops out. I use Zap-A-Gap, so well, little things like this happen. So fingers crossed I don't Zap-A-Gap myself. So not too embarrassing. Just put it right where it needs to be. Bam. There we go. Always be careful with Zap-A-Gap. That stuff is dangerous. It will stick you to this metal, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Cool. So that's good. I see a little bit of marks that did not get painted. That might have been me. I touched it on accident. So always go over your stuff. Make sure there's no green left over. Especially if it's supposed to be a dark model. It happens. If it pulls down, make sure you have enough left over just in case that happens. You know? As I hit over to the side here, my bad. Gotta be careful. I'll go over it with a couple more layers, it's fine. It's gonna look really dark. I like it. I have no problem with that. His face will definitely have to be done with some white or some real bone white coloring to make sure he doesn't lose any of his contrast of his face. I need him to look nasty and menacing. Plus, at least you could tell it's a skeleton, at least. Flick some in there. And my little gray friend should be ready to start throwing arrows at people left and right very soon. So, getting ready to be finished here. Maybe, just maybe, might add Kraken Blue to that axe just because it looks like it needs some. Nah, that blue does not look blue enough. So, maybe, maybe not. It's okay. I think I can go over it with another prismatic. There we go. More applications. It should be getting what you need. Just make sure you get all the blues in. That looks beautiful. I'm just gonna stop doing it because you will mess up the. It's drying. Okay. I believe that is it for today. Okay, remember, please, if you like what I'm doing, click the subscribe button and make sure you have the notification button on as well. Thank you. Have a good night.